And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to Eller Media Stadium. I'm Wyatt Tomchek. Thank you for joining us on your Sunday afternoon, or still morning time here in Las Vegas. UNLV 7-3 versus Utah Valley, who are 7-3. The Rebels are on a big winning streak right now. They have improved 6 games in a row after starting the year off 1-2. Jenny Bressler is the starting pitcher today for UNLV, the sophomore, with a 1.30 ERA. 3-2 is a record. She has started 6 games, 7th appearance, 27 innings. She's given up 17 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned, 6 walks, and 31 strikeouts. Opponents are just hitting 181 against the sophomore from Canton, Michigan, as the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Jade Miller, a junior, batting .310 on the year. 9 hits and 29 plate appearances with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. The 0-1 from Bressler is a swing and a miss, strike 2. Defensively for UNLV, you've got Maddie Schmidt in left. Lauren Tixon is in center. In right field is Stacia Cermak. Third is Lauren Barker. Short is Samantha Diaz. Justine Federi is at second. Mia Trejo is at first. As there's a high drive into right field, but it is going to stay into the ballpark. Cermak has it for out number 1. Mention Mia Trejo is at first. Julia Vollmer is behind the plate today. That is the defensive lineup for UNLV, which is on a roll right now. The starting pitching for the Rebels has just been fantastic, and the offense is providing a lot of run support for this pitching staff, which head coach Christy Fox said after yesterday's game has just really been the big thing right now in this winning streak, as the first pitch is taken on the outside for a strike. 0-1 is the count to Beja Query. Query, the senior, will send one to short. Samantha Diaz trying to get it off her backhand, but it took a bad hop on her, and that is going to go into left field for what is likely going to be the first hit of the ball game for Utah Valley. Query, who came in hitting .438, 14 hits and 32 plate appearances, now gets hit number 15, as that will bring up Abby Daughtry, a lefty sophomore, batting .444, 12 hits and 27 plate appearances, 1 home run and 6 RBIs. Runner on first with 1 out. The first pitch by Bressler is going to be taken low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Jenny gets her sign. The pitch. A swing and a miss there. 1-1 is the count. UNLV beat Weber State in this Utah Valley team yesterday. UNLV won 7-2 over the Wildcats, and then beating Utah Valley 9-2 yesterday. As the 1-1 is going to be taken high. 2-1 is the count. The winning pitcher for UNLV yesterday in that Utah Valley game was Jenny Bressler. She went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts. And Brianna Burke came in for 3 innings of relief to shut the door down. There's a swing and a miss there. Count goes to 2-2 with 1 out here in the top of the first. Just underway here at Eller Media Stadium. The final game for UNLV in the Marucci Desert Classic. Bressler was fantastic. Only gave up 1 earned run yesterday against Utah Valley. That one's going to be taken high. 3-2 is the count. UNLV exploded for back-to-back home runs in the first inning after Utah Valley got on the board first. Justine Federi had a home run, a 2-run home run. Covington and Diaz with solo shots. As that one is called on the inside corner, strike 3. Jenny Bressler gets her first strikeout of the ball game, number 32 on the year. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Sienna Sandoval, a junior, batting .318 on the year, 7 hits and 22 plate appearances, and with 2 RBIs to her name. So runner on first here with 2 outs. After the 1-out single, Bressler is able to bounce back for a strikeout, and she starts the first batter off with a strike. 0-1 is the count. UNLV won the last game 9-2 against Utah Valley. Mia Trejo was able to get a double down the line. I was able to score a run. As that one's going to go in the dirt, runner going. Vollmer's throw is going to go to the left of the bag. Diaz is able to clamp it down, but after the wild pitch, it may be a pass ball. We'll see the official score. Puts a runner now on second here with 2 outs. UNLV yesterday scored 9 runs off of 8 hits, had 1 error. Utah Valley had 2 runs off of 5 hits and 2 errors, as that one is sent down the third baseline foul. Still 1-2. I'm going to say that was a pass ball, so the runner on second here. 2 outs. In the game for UNLV, they beat Weber State 7-0. They blitzed the Wildcats in the first inning for 7 runs, highlighted by a Julia Vollmer 3-run home run. Outside corner, 2-2. In that game, UNLV 7 runs off of 10 hits. Rebels so far in this tournament, they have given up 4 runs. It has been unbelievable. That one just misses on the outside. Now Bressler's got the count full, 3-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. UNLV will have a little bit of a change to their lineup from when I was here on Friday. Maddie Schmidt will lead it off, and Lauren Tixon will go second. Mia Trejo will bat third. As there's a drive down the left field line, but well foul, as Sandoval was way out in front of that one. Riboleto is on deck for Utah Valley. The pitch is popped up into shallow center field. Coming in is Tixon, who's got great speed and is able to get the running catch to end the inning, as UNLV is able to strand the runner at second. We go to the bottom of the first. First chance for UNLV with their bats. 0-0 is the score here at Eller Media Stadium. Back here live at Eller Media Stadium here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wyatt Tomchak on the call. Thank you for joining in on your Sunday afternoon, wherever you are watching. UNLV and Utah Valley, the second game that they played each other in this Marucci Desert Classic. UNLV 7-3 will have Maddie Schmidt, Lauren Tixon, and Mia Trejo. Will be the lineup. First 3 in the lineup for head coach Christy Fox. Justine Federi will bat 4th. Samantha Diaz will bat 5th. Alyssa Trejo will bat at 6th. Lauren Barker will bat 7th. Stacia Cermak will bat 8th. And Julia Vollmer will bat 9th, as the first pitch is on the outside for a ball 1-0 to the freshman Schmidt, who's batting .458, 11 hits and 24 plate appearances, 2 triples and 3 RBIs. On-base percentage right now at .594 for the left fielder for UNLV, and she's done a really, really good job to start the season off, as the count is 1-1. Devin Kretz is in the circle for Utah Valley, and there's a chopper to short. The throw over to first in time, and they get the speedster Schmidt out. 6-3 for the first out of the ball game. As Nielsen over there at short had to come up quick there with Schmidt barreling down the line. As Lauren Tixon will be up to bat. Tixon, who started a good portion of the year as the leadoff hitter, has been moved to number 2 right now, batting just .258. 8 hits and 31 plate appearances, a triple and 3 RBIs. First pitch is going to be taken high for a ball 1-0. Obviously, UNLV loves to get Tixon and Schmidt on the base pass. They are combined 13 for 13 on stolen base opportunities. Mia Trejo is on deck for the Rebels. That one is taken low 2-0 for Kretz. She's been the ace so far for this Utah Valley team, sitting at 7-3. 0.71 ERA, 2-0 is her record. This is the 4th game that she has started, 19 2/3 innings pitched. She sends that one in there for a strike, 2-1. 19 and 2/3 innings pitched. She's given up 16 hits, 7 runs. 2 of them have been earned. 8 walks and 16 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .213 against the senior. So we're going to have a potential pitching duel here today, as that one misses on the outside, 3-1. But the way the bats have been for UNLV, we'll see. Lowest amount of runs UNLV has scored so far in this tournament was 2 against Montana back on Friday night. As Dixon will send this one to short. Easy flip over to first, and that is out number 2. So I'll bring up Mia Trejo. The junior first baseman, batting .292, 7 hits and 24 plate appearances, 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Those 11 RBIs lead this UNLV lineup. She has an on-base percentage of .471. Her and Schmidt are tied for the lead in this UNLV lineup with walks at 8. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. First pitch is on the inside for a ball, 1-0. Justine Federi is on deck for the Rebels if Trejo can keep this inning alive. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for Utah Valley as that one hits on the outside for a strike, 0-2. Due up in the top of the second. Utah Valley got a hit that took a nasty hop on Samantha Diaz over at short. Trejo was going to send a drive into the gap, and it's going to land in for a base hit just in front of the center fielder, Daughtry. And that is a 2-out hit for Mia Trejo. And number 8 on the year for the junior. As Justine Federi will come up to bat, and Federi has been red hot over the last couple games. .345 is her average. 10 hits and 29 plate appearances, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs. She's got the on-base percentage up to .412 as well. As UNLV will try to get some magic here with 2 outs with Trejo over at first and Federi at the plate. Samantha Diaz is on deck for the Rebels, as the first pitch is going to be taken on the inside for a ball, 1-0. UNLV will be on the road next weekend in Chattanooga, Tennessee for a tournament before heading back home here in Las Vegas. 1-0 is going to be taken down for a strike, 1-1. UNLV finished the first tournament of the year, the Rebel kickoff, at 2-3. This one right now, they are currently sitting at 5-0, trying to improve to 6-0. As Federi sends a little knuckler, it's going to go to second, takes a weird hop throw to first, will not be in time. Justine Federi is able to leg out an infield single, back-to-back singles with 2 outs, and UNLV putting some problems on here for Kretz, as that one went over her glove, and the second baseman, Severson, it kind of took a weird spin to her, and she didn't get to it as quickly as she wanted to, and Justine Federi was able to get the infield single. Now we'll bring up Samantha Diaz. The junior right now average at .214, 6 hits and 28 plate appearances, but when she does make contact, it has been so great for UNLV. She has 3 home runs and 6 RBIs, so half of her hits have been home runs, including one on Thursday night that cleared everything in left field. Diaz gets underneath that one and pops it up foul. Count goes to 0-2 with 2 outs. Mia Trejo at second. Justine Federi at first. Alyssa Trejo is on deck, the younger sister of Mia, who's getting the start. Caitlin Covington's been the usual designated hitter for head coach Christy Fox, but we'll give Trejo a start today, as that one will miss on the inside for a ball, 1-2. Calvin Walker is the home plate umpire. Bill Plant is the first base umpire, and Sandy Leake is the third base umpire. Oh, the 1-2. And Diaz swings and misses at that one for strike 3. So UNLV, they get 2 2-out singles, but nothing across the board. To the top of the second we go here at Eller Media Stadium. 0-0 is the score between UNLV and Utah Valley. Top of the second here at Eller Media Stadium. The Rebels and the Wolverines, Utah Valley and UNLV. 0-0 is the score. Both teams were able to get a base hit in that inning. UNLV had 2, Utah Valley with 1, but they stranded both runners at second. Jenny Bressler back out for another inning of work as Lena Riboledo will be up to bat. The junior batting .267 on the year, and the first pitch by Bressler here in the top of the second hits the outside for a strike. 0-1 is the count. For the junior, 8 hits and 30 plate appearances, 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Severson is on deck for Utah Valley, as that one is popped up and will go out of play into the stands or over the stands. 0-2 is the count. Bressler has done such a great job this year, 1.30 ERA. Got a no-hit this weekend on Thursday against Montana, 5-hit run rule that the Rebels were able to put on the Grizz, as that one misses on the outside corner for a ball 1-2. Her scoreless streak came to an end yesterday after she gave up an earned run in the first inning, as that one misses on the outside 2-2. Yesterday in the win against Weber State, UNLV, they used Charlie Masterson and Brianna Burke. Burke came out of the pen for both games. Masterson, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, as that one is fouled back. 1 walk and a strikeout as she improved to 2-1 on the year. And Burke, who has been really good this year as well, out of the pen and in the circle. 3 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, and 1 strikeout. As UNLV trying to end this weekend on a very, very high note, but that ball is high in the air to center field, but it's going to die out just in front of the warning track as Tixon clamps it down for the first out here in the top of the second. Lindsay Severson will be up to bat, the senior, batting just .115 on the year, 3 hits and 26 plate appearances and 3 RBIs. Riboledo got a good charge in that one, but unfortunately for her, she hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. As there's a high drive in a left field. This one's well hit yet again, but yet again it's going to die out just before the warning track. 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 gone here in the top of the second as Steverson sent a mile-high pop-up, mile-high fly drive to left field as Schmidt was able to have plenty of room for that one. Madison Carr will be up to bat, the right fielder for the Wolverines. The junior batting .429 on the year, 3 hits and 7 plate appearances in limited action. Getting the start today. Defense is in for the speedster. First pitch is going to be taken high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Bressler gets her sign, looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. That one right down the middle for a strike. UNLV, they'll have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the bottom of the second inning. Alyssa Trejo, Lauren Barker, and Stacia Cermak. That one is going to be popped up, and it's going to land in between Barker and Vollmer. Barker charging in, Vollmer trying to get out of her stance. Not able to get there in time, but 2 strikes are on the right fielder, Carr. Bressler set. And the pitch is fouled down the third baseline. Jenny looking for her first 1-2-3 inning. Gave up a single in the first. Runner was able to advance on a pass ball, but she was able to retire the next one, as that one is going to be sent to left field. Schmidt coming in, and she has it for out number 3. 3 flyouts for Jenny Bressler, a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the bottom of the second. UNLV and Utah Valley tied up at 0 here at Eller Media Stadium. Bottom of the second here at Eller Media Stadium. Tom Check on the call. Thank you for joining us on your Sunday afternoon, wherever you are watching. Greatly appreciate you tuning in to UNLV and Utah Valley. Alyssa Trejo will be up to bat. The freshman batting 143, 1 hit and 7 plate appearances. The younger sister of Mia Trejo. Alyssa getting the start today as a designated hitter, as looks like one of the gates went open down the right field line, so we have a little bit of stoppage of play here as the right fielder Madison Carr will head on over and close the gate. Looks like we're all ready to go as the lefty Trejo will be up to bat, getting her second start of the year. As the first pitch, Trejo gets underneath that one and fouls it back out of play. Trejo, Barker, and Cermak are up for the Rebels here in the bottom of the second inning. Devin Kretz out for another inning of work. She gave up 2 hits. Both of them came with 2 outs. A single to Mia Trejo in a left center field, and then Justine Federi was able to leg out an infield single. And Trejo's going to send an opposite field drive to left field. It is well hit, but going back is the left fielder, Riboledo. And she has it for out number 1. Good contact by Alyssa. Unfortunately, a right at him ball. As Lauren Barker will be up to bat, the sophomore batting .300 on the year. 6 hits and 20 plate appearances, 1 home run and 4 RBIs. Barker steadily improving her average from last year to this year. As the first pitch to the third baseman for UNLV is taken for a strike. 0-1 is the count. In yesterday's loss, Utah Valley used 4 different pitchers. Jordan Adams was the losing pitcher. She didn't make it out of the first inning as that one hits for a strike. 0-2. She went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, and a strikeout. I mentioned the winning pitcher was Jenny Bressler. As the pitch is going to be taken high, 1-2 is the count. For Barker this year against right-handed pitchers, she's at .353. As that one is going to be taken low. 2-2 is the count with Stacia Cermak on deck. And if either Cermak or Barker can get on base, Julia Vollmer will be up to bat. Barker will send that one foul down the right field line. Still 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. UNLV and Utah Valley both sitting at 7-3 on this young 2020 season. The pitch. And Barker sends a little blooper into right field. It has a chance to land, but a great over-the-shoulder catch by the second baseman, Severson, to take away a base hit for Lauren Barker. See some nice defensive plays by both teams here today, and 2 outs now in the bottom of the second for Stacia Cermak. Still trying to get in her rhythm, just 1 for 18. To start the year off, scored 3 runs, average right now at .056. Cermak with the second best average last year. Love to get UNLV another 2-out hit. They are 2 for 3 against Kretz so far with 2 outs. Obviously, all those came in the first inning. Cermak gets underneath that one and slaps it back foul into the net. Julia Vollmer on deck for the Rebels if Cermak can keep this inning alive. The 8-9-1 hitters will be due up for Utah Valley in the top of the third inning. And Cermak will send this one into the left side of the field and is off the foot of the shortstop Nielsen, and Cermak is going to be able to get a hit. It would have been a tough play. Cermak's got some speed going down there at first. As the third baseman Sandoval went for the diving attempt, thought the ball was going to kind of trickle into left field, but Nielsen tried to go for the backhand and just trickled off the glove. Cermak with the infield single, so that is her second hit of the year, and the third hit for UNLV already with 2 outs as Julia Vollmer will be up to bat. Vollmer batting 182, 2 hits and 11 plate appearances, but one of those hits was a big 3-run home run in yesterday's win over Weber State. Vollmer's on-base percentage right now in her 11 plate appearances at 308. She's been hit twice by a couple pitches. And she'll take that one for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Maddie Schmidt is on deck for the Rebels. Yeah, Vollmer can keep this inning alive. UNLV so far today with runners on, 1 for 2. Third hit for UNLV. 2 of them have been infield singles. The other one went to left center field. Vollmer trying to keep this inning alive, and she's got a hitter's count, 2-1. With Cermak over at first, Cermak has 1 stolen base on 1 opportunity. She's 1 for 1. So we'll see if head coach Christy Fox will try to send her in motion. Vollmer gets underneath that one and sends it back into the net. Count goes even, 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second with a runner on first. UNLV trying to explode with these 2 outs against Montana on Thursday. 6 runs came with 2 outs as Vollmer puts that one back into the net yet again. Still 2-2. UNLV scored 6 runs with 2 outs. It looked like it was going to be a pitcher's duel. And UNLV got 2 runs off of a double by Covington, a 2-run home run by Samantha Diaz, and then a 2-run home run by Lauren Barker. Kretz is set, the pitch. And Vollmer pops this one up, and it's going to go in between the first baseman and the catcher. Another foul ball for Julia Vollmer. Still 2-2 is the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Maddie Schmidt is on deck for the Rebels. Cermak at first. UNLV making Kretz work here as the pitch misses on the outside corner, and the count goes full 3-2, so Cermak will be in motion here with the payoff pitch coming. The pitch. And Vollmer pops this one up, and a diving attempt near the backstop. A great play by the catcher, but could not come up with it, so the count still remains full 3-2 as Query behind the plate with diving attempt. Kind of a dangerous attempt with the backstop right near her head. We'll do it all over again with the count full and a runner on first. Kretz trying to put away Julia Vollmer, is making her work here. The pitch. Vollmer will pop this one up, and it's going to land, and it gets by the second baseman, Severson. And Julia Vollmer is going to get on base here. Look, like Severson wanted to let that ball kind of go by, let it bounce, and it just died and just went straight on the ground, or right over her glove. Looked like she had a really good chance to catch it, and will be an infield single for Vollmer, as Maddie Schmidt will be up to bat. Kind of an odd play there over at second, but UNLV will take it. 3 infield singles for UNLV, and Schmidt will be up to bat. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Wolverines do have the force out at any base. Defense is in for Schmidt. And the first pitch is going to be taken low for a ball, 1-0. One thing that Maddie Schmidt has done a very good job, why her on-base percentage is so high, is that she's drawn 8 walks on the year. Opponents are having a tough time just kind of hitting the strike zone against her. Count is 1-0. Schmidt will take that one in on the inside, on the outside for a strike, 1-1. 4 hits for UNLV here in the bottom of the second inning overall. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. They are 4 for 5 with 2 outs today. That one will miss on the outside, 2-1. With Lauren Tixon on deck for the Rebels, she's 0 for 1. Hits right now by Trejo, Federi, Cermak, and Vollmer. Schmidt is going to send that one off the glove of the shortstop, and everyone will advance 1 base. Cermak over to third, Vollmer to second, and Schmidt has an infield single. Great diving play by Nielsen over there at short. Schmidt was able to slap that. You know, the defense plays in, but Schmidt really has some great contact. Give credit, though, to Nielsen because she knocked the ball down, and it led to the ball just kind of trickling over to the left side, didn't go into left field, and stopped UNLV from advancing the runner from second to home. So here comes Lauren Tixon, and the first pitch to Tixon hits on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Bases loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. UNLV now 5 for 6 with 2 outs in this ball game. Tixon takes that one on the outside, 1-1. This year, Tixon with 2 outs, sitting at 222, and runners on base, 214. She'll send this one right to the pitcher. Great play by Kretz as she's able to flip it over. That ball took a bounce. That one was going to go into center field as UNLV loads the bases up in the bottom of the second but can't get anything across the board. We'll go to the top of the third. 0-0 is the score here at Eller Media Stadium. Top of the third here at Eller Media Stadium. UNLV and Utah Valley tied up at 0. UNLV has put the pressure on in both innings, but just haven't been able to get the timely hitting. As the first pitch is going to be bunted back foul. 0-1 is the count. Emery Nielsen will be up to bat for the Wolverines. The freshman batting .214 on the year, 3 hits and 14 plate appearances. She's been busy defensively at the shortstop position. Wrestler got a long break there, but did not get any run support. As did that one hit Nielsen? It did, right on the right elbow pad as she motioned to the umpire, home plate umpire Calvin Walker. Hey, that hit me. Walker agrees, and Nielsen will head on over to first leadoff batter as now head coach Chrissy Fox will come out and talk to the home plate umpire. Maybe to see if Walker might have kind of leaned into that pitch. As Peyton Prigge will be up to bat. Head coach Chrissy Fox will not win that battle as puts a runner on first here with nobody out. Nielsen is 2 for 2 on stolen base opportunities. 5 of the 9 players in this lineup have attempted a stolen base and have taken a stolen base on this young 2020 year. Wrestler is set, and the first pitch runner going. Nope. Looking for the sacrifice squeeze was Prigge, and she did not get the bunt down, but it was down for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Wolverines with just 1 hit so far is another swing and a miss there, and the count goes to 0-2. Miller is on deck, the designated hitter for the Wolverines. She's 0 for 1. The lone hit was by Query. Query on the day is 1-for-1 with that single, and that one hits on the outside corner for strike 3. So Bressler, after hitting the leadoff batter, is able to come back and strike out the 9-hole hitter for the Wolverines. The second strikeout in the ballgame for Jenny Bressler, as Jaden Miller will be back up. The leadoff hitter, the designated hitter for the Wolverines. The first pitch by Bressler is sent a high drive in a left field, but it is well in play. Schmidt has it for out number 2. And UNLV is 1 out away from getting their bats back up, and they starting to feel it offensively, putting the pressure on Devin Kretz. As UNLV will have the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5, Trejo, Federi, and Diaz due up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As Beja Query will be up to bat. Query on the day, as mentioned, 1-for-1. The lone hit so far that Bressler has given up. He's got 2 base runners. Opponents today, as that one is low and in the dirt. Good stop by Vollmer. Bressler has gotten all 6 of her outs with contact by way of flyouts. Opponents are 0 for 2 today against Jenny and 0 for 4 with runners on. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Runner going. Vollmer's throw is going to be skipped over to second as Bressler went 2 straight pitches in the dirt. This time, Nielsen wanted to go for it all and went over to second. Now puts a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Second time Utah Valley has gotten a runner in scoring position here. Bressler set the 2-0. Hits on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Daughtry is on deck for the Wolverines as the 2-1. Check swing on the outside, but did not go around. Count goes to 3-1. Bressler so far has not walked a batter so far. Just 6 walks in 29-plus innings of work, including this game, to go along with her 33 strikeouts. That one misses on the outside corner, so that is the first walk Bressler has given up so far in this ballgame, 7th of the year. Puts runners on second and first here with 2 outs. As Albie Daughtry will be up to bat. Daughtry will send one into left field for a base hit. Nielsen is going to be waved home. Schmidt fires it up. The throw to home will not be in time, and Utah Valley takes a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. Daughtry with the RBI single. That is her 7th of the year, and all this coming with 2 outs after Bressler walked Query and hit Nielsen. Just a second hit for Utah Valley, but they get on the board 1-0. UNLV hasn't trailed a lot so far in this Marucci Desert Classic tournament, as that one is going to be taken on the outside for a ball, 1-0. Sandoval is up to bat for the Wolverines. She's 0 for 1. Jenny set the pitch. He is popped up, but it will go out of play, and the count goes to 0-2. Sorry, 1-1. Hard to see with the sun, the scoreboard out there in left field, as the next pitch is going to be taken on the outside, 2-1. 1-0 is the score. Utah Valley on top of UNLV. As that one is sent high up in the air, will it stay in play? Lauren Barker has some room just in front of the dugout for UNLV, and that will end the inning. But Utah Valley strikes first here in the top of the 3rd, an RBI single down the left field line. Wolverines lead it 1-0 over UNLV here at Eller Media Stadium. Bottom of the third here at Eller Media Stadium. UNLV down 1-0 to Utah Valley after the Wolverines scored on a RBI single by Dowtree. Mia Trejo will lead it off for the Rebels here in the bottom of the third. Trejo is 1 for 1 on the day, a single to left field. The only hit for UNLV that has gotten out of the infield. As Kretz is set, the pitch. Taking low, 1-0. Well, UNLV today, they are 5 for 7 with 2 outs. You got to feel like 5 for 7, they got to have at least a couple runs in, but they've all been singles for UNLV, and really all the hits when they start to get runs on as Mia Trejo sends a high drive down the left field line, and it will be caught. A running catch just into foul territory by the left fielder, Ribeledo. Trejo got a good drive into that one, but it is 1 out, and Justine Federi will be up to bat. Good play there by Ribeledo out there in left. Federi is 1 for 1 on the day, an infield single in her first plate appearance. But I mentioned, for UNLV, all their hits are coming with 2 outs, so you kind of build up the base runners, and they're only singles. It's really kind of the story why UNLV doesn't have any runs off of those 5 hits with 2 outs. So we'll see if UNLV can get the timely hitting, though, and some extra base hits. As the count is 1-0 to Justine Federi, the next pitch is taken down low yet again, 2-0. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters will be due up for Utah Valley here in the top of the 4th. Federi trying to get on base here, and she's got a good hitter's count as it goes to 3-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The pitch. That one is going to be taken all the way by the second baseman for UNLV. One of the 2 seniors in this lineup for head coach Christy Fox. They also have 5 underclassmen, 2 freshmen, and 3 sophomores. As Federi sends that one foul down the first base line off the net, covering the dugout for Utah Valley. The count goes full 3-2. Samantha Diaz is on deck for the Rebels. Kretz is set. The payoff pitch, and Federi is going to send that one right to the shortstop, Nielsen, on a line as Nielsen just had to move her glove over to the left for out number 2. UNLV's made some great contact here in the bottom of the 3rd, but good defensive plays by the Utah Valley defense. Position players trying to keep the shutout going for Devin Kretz. Samantha Diaz will be up to bat. Diaz is the lone strikeout victim in this UNLV lineup. She left 2 runners on the base pass. It was runners on second and first with 2 outs. Mentioned UNLV, they're 5 for 7 with 2 outs. That's when all the magic is starting to work for the Rebels, but not enough to get runs across the board. As Diaz swings and misses at that one, 1-1 is the count. Alyssa Trejo is on deck for the Rebels if UNLV can keep this inning alive. 7-3 is UNLV on a 6-game winning streak. Started with the win on last Sunday against SUU, as that one is going to be sent foul into the net, 1-2. Kretz gets the sign, trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here, as that one is fouled back. Still 1-2. Kretz is set, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Samantha Diaz has gone down on strikes for the second time. A 1-2-3 inning for Devin Kretz. As we go to the bottom of the top of the 4th here at Eller Media Stadium, UNLV down by 1 to Utah Valley here at Eller Media Stadium. Reboledo will lead it off for the Wolverines here in the top of the fourth. Utah Valley is on top 1-0. Over UNLV, Jenny Bressler, after hitting Nielsen was able to advance on a pass ball as there's a high drive into shallow center field. Tixon has it, 1 pitch, 1 out for Jenny in the top of the fourth. And that will bring up Lindsay Severson. Severson on the day is 0 for 1. As Bressler gets the sign, the first pitch outside, 1-0. Madison Carr is on deck for the Wolverines. UNLV, they'll have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the bottom of the fourth inning. Alyssa Trejo, Lauren Barker, and Stacia Cermak. That one hits on the outside corner, 1-1. UNLV hasn't trailed a lot this weekend. Currently right now down 1-0 as that one misses on the outside, 2-1. I believe the only time that they were down was against this Utah Valley team, but that was from the top of the first and then the bottom of the first. They scored 4 runs off of 3 straight home runs. As Bressler trying to hit that outside corner but missing right now. 3-1 is the count. Jenny has walked 1 batter and has hit a batter. Good hitters count here for Nielsen. The pitch. Down low, and Jenny has walked the leadoff batter, or the second batter. Sorry, I forgot. Almost there that Reboledo swung at the first pitch. 1 out here in the top of the fourth with the runner on first. The second walk by the sophomore from Canton, Michigan. It looks like we're going to have a pitch runner here for Utah Valley. So they're going to put some speed on the base pass here as they'll take the second baseman, Severson, out. So we'll see what Utah Valley has in store here for UNLV as Madison Carr will be up to bat. Carr 0 for 1 on the day. Benenker over at first. That is the pitch runner as a bunt is going to be laid down perfectly. Lauren Barker's got it. No one is covering first. Mia Trejo had come in on the bunt. Justine Federi was a little bit too late on that one to get there. And that is an infield bunt single for Carr. And that puts 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Emery Nielsen is scheduled to hit for the Wolverines, but it looks like we're going to have a pitch hitter here. And it looks like number 20, Jaden Barajas. Barajas will be up to bat here, pitch hitting for Nielsen, who did score the lone run for the Wolverines. 1-0 is the score. Bressler set. The pitch is going to be taken for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Runners on second and first here with 1 out. The pitch is popped up into foul territory. And the count goes to 0-2 with 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. UNLV and Utah Valley. Last game for the Marucci Desert Classic here in Las Vegas, Nevada. UNLV will be on the road next weekend for a tournament in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The 0-2. Misses on the outside corner. 1-2 is the count. So Bressler so far, she has struck out 2 and has walked 2. Jenny set. The pitch. Misses on the outside yet again. 2-2 is the count. UNLV with 5 hits in the ball game, but no runs to show for it. 1 run off of 3 hits, no errors for Utah Valley. The 2-2 pitch coming from Bressler, trying to get the strikeout here. And she'll get a foul ball down the left field line. Count remain even here in the top of the fourth. Big moment here. UNLV, they just haven't been able to get the offense going right now. Jenny Bressler's trying to keep this a relatively small deficit as that one is just fouled back. Barajas is able to stay alive here as Julia Vollmer, I don't know if she really had a chance to kind of keep that one in play. I didn't really see if it kind of bounced in front of right in front of her. So we'll do it all over again with the count even 2-2. That one misses on the outside. 3-2. Next weekend, UNLV would play Miami of Ohio, St. Francis University, St. Louis University, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. That's a mouthful. The whole lineup, or the whole schedule, as that one is going to be sent foul. So the count remains full, 3-2. And then UNLV will be back here at Eller Media Stadium February 28th through the 1st of March for the Boyd Gaming Classic. UTEP, New Mexico State, Houston will be the opponents for UNLV that weekend, as there's a foul ball down the third baseline. Still even, or still full, with one out. Rest are really having to work here over the last couple innings. Jenny gets her sign, the pitch. It is fouled off yet again. Barajas is really making Bressler work right now. Carr's over at first. Severson is over at second. Severson with the walk, and then Carr with the bunt single. Justine Federi was a little bit late covering first. Barker went to throw it. No one was there. Good thing she didn't throw it, or that ball would have went all the way to the wall. So the count full. Bressler, the payoff pitch is in there. Strike three. A great battle between Jenny Bressler and Barajas, but Jenny Bressler is able to win that one for the third strikeout of the ball game. It looks like we're going to have another pitch hitter here, as Carly Olson will be up to bat. Looks like Olson will be pitch hitting for the first baseman, Peyton Prigge. So a couple changes, pitch hitters for Utah State for head coach Stacey May Johnson in her first season. Graduate of Iowa back in 2007. Head coach Christy Fox in her third year at UNLV. Put a lot of hype into this program. Didn't get off the start they wanted to last weekend, but this weekend they've been up to the challenge. Have been so great, as the first pitch is going to be taken for a strike. 0-1 is the count to Olson. Olson is 1 for 7 on the year, and her lone hit was a double, an RBI, and has struck out twice. Severson over at second, Carr at first. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 is the count. Every hit so far in this game have been singles. 8 combined between two teams, both of these teams. 5 for UNLV, 3 for Utah Valley. That one misses on the outside, 1-2. Top of the fourth. UNLV trying to hold on to a one, or trying to keep this game 1-0. As that one is fouled out of play, 1-2 is the count. Utah Valley scored in the bottom of the third, or the top of the third, with an RBI single. Been using a little bit of small ball, hit by a pitch, a pass ball, and then that single led to the run scored. As there's a swing and a miss, strike three. Jenny Bressler is able to recover with 2 straight strikeouts to end the threat by the Wolverines of Utah Valley. Bottom of the fourth we go. UNLV trailing this one 1-0 here at Eller Media Stadium. Alyssa Trejo will lead it off here in the bottom of the fourth for UNLV. Down 1-0 to Utah Valley. Devin Kretz back out for another inning of work. The ace right now for Utah Valley, the senior, came with a .71 ERA. 2-0 was a record. She's looking good right now. It's kept UNLV scoreless through 3 innings, although it's been a little bit of a nervous for her in the first 2 innings. Had the bases loaded in the second, and then 2 runners on in the first. Finally got a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd inning. Trejo is up to bat. She is 0 for 1 on the day, the designated hitter for UNLV, and takes the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The Rebels on a 6-game winning streak, trying to keep that one alive here as they're trailing this one 1-0. This is as long as the UNLV has been down so far this weekend. Outside 1-1. Trejo, Barker, and Cermak are due up for the Rebels. Between them, they're combined 1 for 3. The lone hit was by Stacia Cermak. Julia Vollmer, if any of those players can get on base, will be up to bat. She's 1 for 1 as well. As Trejo gets underneath this one into shallow left center field, kind of in the Bermuda Triangle, and coming down in it is Dowtree, the center fielder, for out number 1. Trejo has flat out twice in this ball game as Lauren Barker will be up to bat. Barker is 0 for 1. And it was the 5th flyout Kretz has been able to get on UNLV. 3 groundouts. She has struck out 2, and the 2 are by Samantha Diaz, as that one is fouled back. 0-1 is the count. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Utah Valley used a lot of pitch hitters there in the top of the 4th inning. Both of them struck out, Olsen and Barajas. That one hits on the outside corner. 0-2. Oh, and 2 is the count. Barker's trying to get on base here for UNLV, and she sends that one high up into the air into shallow center field. Dowtree has it for out number 2. Doughty over there at center has gotten 2 outs. She's also been able to get the RBI single as Stacia Cermak will be up to bat for the Rebels. And she will send that one off the pole. 0-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next pitch is in there for a strike. 0-2 is the count. Cermak, who got her 2nd hit of the year. She's down 0-2, 2 outs. UNLV's 5 for 8 with 2 outs. Kretz is looking for another 1-2-3 inning. The pitch. And Cermak just trying to play defensive there. It looked like that ball was going to be high, so stays alive. 0-2 is the count with Julia Vollmer on deck. Be the top of the lineup for Utah Valley in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Cermak gets underneath this one, high up in the air, and Nielsen will shield her eyes as she has it for out number 3. 3 flyouts for UNLV there in the bottom of the 4th. A 1-2-3 inning for Devin Kretz. Utah Valley takes a 1-0 lead into the top of the 5th here at Eller Media Stadium. Top of the lineup here for Utah Valley. The Wolverines on top, 1-0. Wyatt Tomchek on the call. Thank you for tuning in on your Sunday afternoon, wherever you are watching, here on the YouTube channel provided by UNLV Athletics. Miller will be up to bat. Jade Miller is 0 for 2 on the day. It'll be Miller, Query, as the first pitch is going to be taken for a strike, 0-1, and Doughty. Sandoval, if any of those three players can get on base, she is due up fourth in this inning, as that one is going to be sent into left field for a base hit. So right on cue, as I said. Sandoval will have a chance to hit here if they can avoid a double play here, as Miller gets the first hit of the ball game for herself. She's 1 for 3. The fourth hit for Utah Valley, as Beja Query will be up to bat. The catcher is 1 for 1 with a walk, so she has reached on both plate appearances. And she will try to give some insurance runs to Devin Kretz, who has shut down UNLV so far through 4. 1-0. Both teams have combined for 9 hits. All 9 of them have been singles. A few of them, actually a good portion of them, have been infield singles as well, as that one hits on the outside, 2-0. Doughty is on deck, the center fielder. She's 1 for 2 and has the lone RBI single. Has been playing great defensively out there in center. 2-0, down low, 3-0. Bressler has walked 2 and has struck out 4. UNLV, which had great patience in the first on Friday, they drew a lot of walks. Hasn't drawn a walk so far today, as the 3-0 by Bressler is down low, ball 4. So now runners on second and first here with nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. And last time UNLV played Utah Valley yesterday, they were able to draw 6 walks. The patience of UNLV's hitting was unbelievable this year, as Emily Vincent, the pitching coach for UNLV, will come out and talk to Jenny Bressler, as Doughty will be up to bat. The center fielder's 1 for 2 with an RBI and has struck out in her plate appearance. So runners on second and first with Miller at second and Query at first. Miller with the walk. And Beja with the... Miller with the single and Beja with the walk. Third walk for Bressler, as she has walked Query twice. A long talk here between Vincent Vollmer and Jenny Bressler. Looks like we're all ready to go after the conference call. Jenny, last 3 innings has had to deal with some traffic out on the base paths. Kind of the opposite. UNLV, she kind of breezed through the first 2 innings. UNLV put the pressure on the first 2 innings for Devin Kretz, and now Kretz has been able to get consecutive 1, 2, 3 innings in the 3rd and 4th inning. So 2 runners on, nobody out. 1-0 is the score. Utah Valley over UNLV, as Doughty will be up to bat. She's 1 for 2. Abby will take the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 is the count. One run off of 4 hits, no errors for the Wolverines of Utah Valley. No runs off of 5 hits, no errors for the Rebels of UNLV. Pitch is going to be bunted up in the air, and it is foul. I think it hit Doughty, and now head coach Christy Fox is going to come out. This is the second time she's going to argue a hit batter, and that one looked like Doughty was going for the ball. Could have been a strike. The bases are loaded here with nobody out. As Coach Fox talking over the home plate umpire, Calvin Walker. And she did go around. So, good job there by Coach Fox to get the home plate umpire to go talk to the third base umpire, Sandy Leak, who said the center fielder for Utah Valley went around and offered at that bunt. So that's a big sigh of relief for UNLV. Instead of bases loaded, nobody out, still now second and first with nobody out, and the count is 0-2. Bressler trying to get the strikeout here. That one's going to be sent into right field for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third as the throw is cut off by Mia Trejo. Stacia Cermak got to that one quick, so it doesn't matter if it was a hit batter or resulted in a base hit. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Doughty gets the hit. That is her second hit of the ball game as Sienna Sandoval will be up to bat. The first pitch is popped up, but it will go out of play. So far today, with runners on, opponents are 2 for 9 against Bressler. Jenny has gotten 8 flyouts, no groundouts. And Sandoval showing bunt, pulls back the pitch. Off speed, outside, 1-1. UNLV will have the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Vollmer, Schmidt, and Tixon. That one is going to be slap foul down the left field line, out of play, 1-2. Bases are juiced here with nobody out in the top of the 5th. Jenny Bressler trying to get out of this inning. She's pitched a lot this weekend, as that one is going to be sent foul and out of play. Got the no-hit on Thursday. Win over Montana. Came in to replace Charlie Masterson in the game against Montana on Friday after Brianna Burke went the distance against Weber State. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Sandoval goes chasing after that one. Big strikeout for Jenny Bressler, as that is her 5th of the ball game. So 1 out here in the 5th. UNLV still has a chance to get the force out at any base or get the force out at home. First pitch is on the outside for a ball, 1-0. Alina Riboledo up to bat for the Wolverines. She is 0 for 2 on the day. Miller at third, Query at second, Doughty at first. Good pitch there by Jenny on the outside. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-1 is the count. The 1-1 from Jenny is popped up into the air. It's going to be an infield fly as Lauren Barker clamps that one down. A big out number 2 for the sophomore ace for UNLV. She's got a strikeout and a pop out after loading the bases up with nobody out. Now 2 outs in the inning for Severson. Severson is 0 for 1 with a walk. One of the 3 walks that Bressler has given up. The other 2 were to Query, who is standing over there at second. The pitch, high, 1-0. Madison Carr is on deck for the Wolverines if they can keep this inning alive. So far today, they are just 1 for 5 with 2 outs, now 3 for 12 with runners on today. Bressler's got all of the outs by contact by way of the flyout. Hits the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Big moment here, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch is going to be sent to third. Lauren Barker with a diving stop, the flip to third, a tag, and no, Samantha Diaz didn't get her out. Sandy Leake said no. Head coach Christy Fox will come out for a 3rd time to argue a call, and I don't know if she's going to get this one overturned. A great diving stop by Barker. She had really no chance to go to first. Diaz came over to third, the flip, and I thought she got the tag before, but it was a very close play, and unfortunately, in the game of softball here at the Division I level, there's really no instant replay to look at. So the bases will be loaded here, as that is an RBI, And 2-0 is the score. Oh, that was heartbreak. Jenny Bressler got the ground out. It was a great play by Barker, but sometimes the old cliche, it's a game of inches. Severson reaches on the fielder's choice. It's an RBI as Miller scored. Query advances to third. She was the player that was safe with the dispute as the first pitch is going to be taken for a strike. 0-1. UNLV still within striking distance here if they can keep this within 2. Get out of this inning without any more trouble. As Carr up to bat. Carr is 1 for 2. She sends this one to left field, but right at Maddie Schmidt, and that will end the inning. Bressler got the bases loaded with nobody out, got 2 outs, but a close play at third led to a run, but she only gives up 1. UNLV still in striking distance here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 is the score. Pitch hitter here for UNLV in the bottom of the 5th. Cece Kakamisi will be up to bat for the Rebels. She'll be pitch hitting for Julia Vollmer. 2-0 is the score. Very close play at third. Resulted in the second run of the ball game on a fielder's choice. For UNLV, they will try to get the rally bats going here in the back half of this ball game. Kakamisi, Schmidt, and Tixon will be up to bat for the Rebels as the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 to the junior catcher. Splits times with Julia Vollmer. The 0-1 from Kretz. And Kakamisi sends a little knuckler over to second to flip to first in time, and that will be the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Severson throws it on over to first. Maddie Schmidt will be up to bat. UNLV, they haven't had a hit in a while. They've been 1, 2, 3. Actually, haven't had a hit since the second inning. So Maddie Schmidt will be up to bat. She's 1 for 2 on the day. We'd like to get her on the base pass. Her or Tixon with the speed. Schmidt takes the first pitch on the outside for a strike. 0-1. So far, as I've seen in the few games that I've called here for UNLV, opponents really don't like attacking Schmidt over the plate. They like to hit that outside corner. And she sends that one right to third on a rocket throw to first is high, and a tag at first, and that will be out number 2 as Lauren Tixon will be up to bat. Unfortunately for Schmidt, she sent that one right to Sandoval over there at third as Sandoval was in about halfway due to the speed by Schmidt. Tixon up to bat. Tixon is 0 for 2 on the day. Right now the average dipping below 250. She had a great average last year. Just trying to kind of find a rhythm as we start the 2020 season. Still got a long ways to go for conference play as Tixon sends a bunt that rolls back foul. 0-1. Mia Trejo is on deck for the Rebels if UNLV, if Tixon can get on base, and UNLV would like to have Mia Trejo on the base pass. She's got a lot of power. One swing of the bat. I mean, combined between her, Federi, and Diaz, they have all the home runs right now for UNLV in this line. Well, not all the home runs, but a good portion of the home runs, as that one is fouled down the left field line. 0-2 is the count. Trejo has 2, Federi has 2, and Diaz has 3. So 7 combined home runs through the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. If UNLV can get people on the board here, they can tie this game up and make this ball game with one swing of the bat. Mentioned for UNLV, they're 5 for 9 with 2 outs, but over their last 2 in the 3rd and 4th inning. Kretz looking for another 1-2-3 inning. The pitch, high, 1-2. Kretz has got 7 flyouts today and 5 groundouts. The 1-2. And Tixon will send a little knuckler that's going to get into center field for a base hit. It got by the glove of Severson. Went underneath as she was trying to go to her right and made a difficult play. Even if she fielded it, I don't know if she's going to be able to throw out the speedster Tixon, who was on the base pass and 7 for 7 on stolen base opportunities this year. Mia Trejo will be up to bat for the Rebels. Mia is 1 for 2 on the day, a single into left center field in her first plate appearance. And now the power for UNLV is up here with 2 outs. Another hit for the Rebels with 2 outs, as that one hits on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Justine Federi is on deck for the Rebels. UNLV had the bases loaded in the 2nd inning and runners on 2nd and 1st in the 1st, but could not get anything across. This is their first base runner since that 2nd inning. 1-1 is the count. The 1-1, and Trejo goes opposite field, but it's going to go out of play. 1-2 is the count, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Utah Valley on top 2-0 over UNLV. I've got to update the score bug when we get to the next break. Or actually, I'll do that right now. The 1-2, outside, 2-2. See if UNLV can put some more pressure on Kretz. Now they're 6 for 10 with 2 outs today. I mean, that's a great average, but when you're getting your first base runners, Trejo gets underneath this one down the 3rd baseline, and it's going to go foul. And Sandoval was giving chase to that one, but could not get to that one. 2-2 is the count, 2 outs. Big moment in this ballgame. Kretz trying to get out of this inning. The pitch. Trejo fouls that one back yet again. Still even at 2. 2 outs. Tixon at first. Tixon at first. Devin Kretz against Mia Trejo. The pitch. And Trejo gets underneath this one. A mile-high pop-up in the infield. Over at 3rd into foul territory. Sandoval clamps it down for out number 3. UNLV does get a single by Lauren Tixon, but nothing across the board. Top of the 6th here at Eller Media Stadium. Coming up, UNLV down 2-0. Brianna Burke will be in the circle for UNLV, replacing Jenny Bressler, who went 5 innings. UNLV's down 2-0. Burke, who has just been fantastic this year, along with every other pitcher UNLV's put out there. So far this year, Burke is 2-0, 19 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 2 runs, 2 earned, ERA at 0.94, 10 hits given up, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. He's given up 1 home run, 1 wild pitch, and 1 hit batter. Bressler finished off the day 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 of them were earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. She's on the hook for the loss right now, as that pitch is going to be taken low, 2-0. Emery Nelson will be up to bat as the 8-9-1 hitters due up for Utah Valley. Utah Valley trying to avenge a loss to UNLV yesterday. The 2-0 in their first strike, 2-1. Nielsen was hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance and came around to score the first run of the ballgame. She was pitch hit for in her last plate appearance. As there's a chopper right back to Burke, she'll throw it on over to first in time for out number 1. And that will bring up the first baseman, Peyton Prigge. Prigge on the day is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She was also pitch hit for in her last plate appearance as well. You got Miller on deck as the pitch is going to be taken outside for a ball, 1-0. UNLV will have Federi, Diaz, and Alyssa Trejo due up in the bottom of the 6th inning as they are trying to find a way to wake up the bats, as another bunt attempt here is going to be taken for a strike, 1-1. 6 hits for UNLV, all singles. All 6 hits have come with 2 outs, but haven't had any base runners on before those 2 outs, where they just have to kind of mount their offense with no really room to work with. As there's a chopper to third, Lauren Barker, foul ball. Off the backhand, it popped up in the air, but the home plate umpire, Calvin Walker, says the ball was foul, and the count goes to 1-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. That one is going to be sent back into the net. Still 1-2. Burke looking for the strikeout. Already got a ground out right to her. It was the first ground out UNLV's gotten defensively as the pitch goes 2-2. Bressler had 10 flyouts. Well, nothing to hang her head on for Jenny Bressler. I mean, she did give up some base runners, but Utah Valley today was just 3 for 14 and 1 for 7 with 2 outs. Off-speed pitch hits on the outside corner, strike 3, and Brianna Burke has her first strikeout of the ball game. Jade Miller will be up to bat, the designated hitter. She's 1 for 3 and has scored a run. Scored that second run there in the 5th inning on a very, very close play at third with the bases loaded. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss as Miller almost lost the bat on the initial swing, then dropped it. 0-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Final game of the Marucci Desert Classic here at Eller Media Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Beautiful Sunday afternoon in Sin City. We've been blessed this weekend with no winds. When it's windy in Vegas in the wintertime, it feels about 15 degrees cooler. Burke a strikeout away from getting a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 6th. The pitch is swung on a miss, strike 3. Brianna Burke comes out of the pen and retires 3 straight Wolverine batters. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Not last chance for UNLV. Second to last chance for the Rebels as they're down 2-0 here at Eller Media Stadium. Justine Federi will lead it off for UNLV here in the bottom of the 6th as they go up against Devin Kretz, who has just been dominant right now for the Wolverines. 5 innings of work. She's given up 6 hits. 5 of those came in the first 2 innings, though, and has 2 strikeouts. She's been able to get the Rebels to fly out 8 times and ground out 5 times. See if UNLV can get something going early and not with 2 outs. That's really been where they've been doing some of their damage on Kretz, but like I said, you don't really have much wiggle room to work with 2 outs. And as the first pitch is on the outside for a ball, 1-0. Taking high, 2-0 is the count. Samantha Diaz on deck for the Rebels, and Alyssa Trejo in the hole. 2-0 from Kretz. And Federi sends this one high up into the air, into the infield. Who wants it? It'll be the shortstop, Nielsen, as she clamps it down for out number 1. So Samantha Diaz will be up to bat. Diaz is 0 for 2 and has struck out in both of her plate appearances. The only 2 strikeouts Kretz has had so far today. The first pitch. Outside, 1-0. The 1-0. And Diaz will send that one just out in front. She just sent it foul by about 15 feet. Good idea of where she wanted to put it, but it goes foul. 1-1 is the count. Last time UNLV was shut out in this young season, you got to go all the way back to the second game of the year against Oregon State. It was on February 7th. It was a no-hit by the Beavers of Oregon State. One of the 2 games that they won against UNLV as a swing and a miss by Diaz. The count goes to 1-2. Diaz fouls that one back. Still 1-2, 1 out. Top of the 7th, Utah Valley will send their 2, 3, and 4 hitters up. Try to get some insurance runs as UNLV trying to at least tie this game up here. Do something against Kretz. 6 hits, all singles for the Rebels. The 1-2 pitch. Diaz will take that one low, 2-2. Good eye. Alyssa Trejo is on deck for the Rebels. Lauren Barker, if either Diaz or Trejo can get on. Nope, Diaz swings and misses yet again. Not a day to remember for Samantha Diaz. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. As Alyssa Trejo will be up to bat for the Rebels. Lauren Barker is on deck if Trejo can keep this inning alive. As I mentioned for UNLV, they've done a very good job with 2 outs today. 6 for 11. With runners on, they're 3 for 6, but just haven't been able to get that timely hitting, those big extra base hits. We'll see what Alyssa can do, and she'll take the first pitch down low for a ball. 1-0 is the count, 2-0. Utah Valley on top of UNLV with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch. High, 2-0. Kretz has set the pitch. Outside, 3-0. UNLV hasn't walked so far in this ball game. After getting a lot of walks in the first 3 days of this tournament. The 3-0. It's on the outside for a strike as Alyssa was taken all the way. The 3-1 is going to be sent to short. The throw over to first in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Utah Valley here in the bottom of the 6th. To the top of the 7th we go. Utah Valley will try to get some insurance runs as they lead it 2-0 over UNLV. Beja Quarry will lead it off for the Utah Valley Wolverines as they're on top 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. As this game is approaching about over 2.5 hours right now. 2.5 hours, 1.5 hour. Math wasn't my best subject. As Brianna Burke takes the first pitch on the outside for a ball, 1-0. Burke back out for another inning of work. She had a relatively easy go of it in the top of the 6th, as that one's going to be sent foul down the first base line, 1-1. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Wolverines. UNLV, their last chance in the bottom of the 7th. We'll have to get it with the bottom of their lineup. The 7, 8, 9 hitters, Barker, Cermak, and we'll see if it's going to be Vollmer. Last time, actually, no, will not be Vollmer because CC Kakamisi is behind the plate. And CC is 0 for 1. Cermak has a hit. Barker does not. She's 0 for 2. Count goes to 1-2 after the foul ball down the left field line. Burke gets her sign. 7 strikeouts overall for this UNLV pitching staff as that one goes foul and out of play. Burke had 2 of them in her 6th inning of work. Jenny Bressler had 5 through 5 innings. She's on the hook right now for the loss. Currently sitting at 3-2 is Bressler, but a lot of those losses, both those losses really didn't give up a lot of runs. So that one's going to be sent to left field, but Manny Schmidt will go over to her right. Has it for out number 1. Abby Doughty will be up to bat. Doughty on the day is 2 for 3 with an RBI single that scored the first run of the ballgame. Right now she has the game-winning hit for the Wolverines. RBI single came in the 3rd inning down into left field. One of the 2 runs that Utah Valley was able to get against Jenny Bressler. Sandoval is on deck for the Wolverines, as the 1-0 is going to be taken high for a strike, 1-1. UNLV 7-3 right now on a 6-game winning streak. Utah Valley at 7-3, as that one is fouled off the top of the pole there, connecting the nets, and it goes back in play. So Lauren Barker will throw it over to Burke, and the count is 1-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch by Burke. Hits it on the inside corner, strike 3. Brianna Burke has 3 strikeouts now in an inning and 2/3. Sienna Sandoval will be up to bat. Sandoval is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 8 strikeouts combined for between Bressler and Burke. First pitch high and inside, 1-0. The 1-0 by Burke. Hits on the outside for a strike. 1-1 is the count. Two runs off of 5 hits, no errors for the Wolverines. 0 runs off of 6 hits, no errors for UNLV. Inside 2-1. Burke is set the 2-1 pitch. Is a little dribbler right back over to Burke. The throw to first in time, and Brianna Burke goes 6 up, 6 down in her work out of the pen. UNLV, last chance, either tie or win the ball game. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 is the score here at Eller Media Stadium. Lauren Barker will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for UNLV as they're going up against Devin Kretz, who has just shut down the Rebels after UNLV put the pressure on the first 2 innings. Only really one base runner since the second inning on, or after the second inning, as the first pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. That lone hit was by Tixon. 6 hits for the Rebels. All of them have been singles. All 11 hits by both teams have been singles. A lot of them infield singles as well. 1-1 is the count as the next pitch misses on the outside. Stacia Cermak is on deck for the Rebels, and CC Kakamisi is in the hole. They can get some base runners on. They'll go to the top of the lineup with Schmidt and Tixon as Barker will send that one foul down the third base line. 1-2 is the count. Kretz has just been fantastic, and his pitching duel was lived up to the expectations today. It was a good one as Barker swings and misses at that one, chasing on the outside, and that is going to be the first out of the ball game. And we're going to have actually a pitch hitter here for Stacia Cermak. It will be Caitlin Covington, the regular designated hitter so far this year for UNLV. Will got the day off, or the start off, with Alyssa Trejo getting the start, and Covington will be up to bat for the Rebels after the strikeout by Barker, the fourth strikeout, for Kretz. She has 3 strikeouts on Diaz and now 1 on Barker. Covington will try to get some one-out magic here for the Rebels. First pitch on the inside for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 is the count. Covington will take that one on the outside, 1-1. On the year for Covington, 8 hits and 28 plate appearances. Average right now at .286. As she sends a foul ball. Looks like she wanted to hold the swing up but made contact and went around anyway. So with 1-2 is the count. Against right-handed pitchers, Covington is hitting .292. The pitch. And just fouled back. Count remain the same, as CC Kakamisi will be on deck for the Rebels. CC is 0 for 1. The OPS today for UNLV at 480, OPS for Utah Valley at 476, but UNLV just did not get that timely hitting. Utah Valley, it's just really 2 plays. Utah Valley was able to get a single in the left field that was helped on a pass ball in the 3rd inning, and then a very, very close play at 3rd got them their 2nd run of the ball game. UNLV was trying to get the force out with the bases loaded and 2 outs. It's Covington out in front of that one, foul. All 6 hits for the Rebels have come with 2 outs today. They're 6 for 12, 500 average, and with runners on, 3 for 6, a 500 average. Can't complain about that. That's really good numbers for UNLV. Sometimes you just get in those games where you feel confident with how the way the offense is going, as that one is fouled back, and then you run into a pitcher like Devin Kretz, who's been great so far in her 3 other starts. She's looking for her 3rd complete game of the year, and she's sitting at 2-0 with the ERA still going down below 1 right now. Came in with .71. Sometimes it happens, but you can't take away from what was a very, very positive weekend for the Rebels. And as the 2-2 pitch, Covington will send this one to short. The throw over to first in time, and that will be out number 2. Last chance for the Rebels for CC Kakamisi, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Like I said, this is after a frustrating first weekend of the year for UNLV and the Rebel kickoff. Faced some really good teams and had a lot of one run defeats, 2-run defeats. This weekend they took care of business in the first 5 games. The offense was great. They won a close game against Montana 2-0 as first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Hey, you win 5 out of 6. That is very, very, very positive. as the Rebels will be on the road next weekend in the Frost Classic in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Play Miami University, St. Francis University, St. Louis, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. One to CC is taken on the inside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. The results for UNLV on Thursday, they ran rule the Grizzlies of Montana 8-0. Jenny Bresser got the no-hitter. Beat Weber State on Friday 7-0. Montana again 2-0. Mia Trail had a 2-run home run in that game. That one's on the outside for a strike, 2-2. Beat Utah Valley yesterday 9-2. Beat Weber State again 7-2. And you go 5 out of 6. Very, very positive results for UNLV as the 2-2 pitch. Kakamisi sends a little nubbler to first. It's going to be a tough play. The flip over. Nope, the tag, and they did not get CC. Prigge went for the tag. It was going to be a really tough play. So UNLV, another hit with 2 outs as they try to keep this game alive here for Maddie Schmidt. It looks like we may have a pitch runner here for CC Kakamisi. It will be, and I believe it's number 2, Jacqueline Candelas. Candelas, a junior, will get an opportunity with her speed. And now time is called as the coach for Utah Valley, Stacey Mae Johnson, coming over to talk. Now we're going to get a conference call here between all the umpires, Calvin Walker, Bill Planty, and Sandy Leak, and we'll see what this was about. We've seen one overturned ruling. It was on a bunt. It's going to be a safe call. It said it was a hit by a pitch, and the third base umpire said the batter for Utah Valley went around. It didn't matter because the next pitch was a single to right field, and that loaded the bases up in that 5th inning. So Maddie Schmidt will be up to bat. Schmidt is 1 for 3 on the day. Candelas over at first. And we would like to get some base runners on here for their big bats, Mia Trejo and Justine Federi. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th, 1 out. 1 on. And the first pitch, Schmidt sends that one back foul to the backstop, 0-1. Defense is in with the speedster Schmidt at the plate, and they miss on the outside, 1-1. As mentioned, another hit for UNLV with 2 outs. They're now 7 for 13. 7 hits for the Rebels. I believe 5 of them were infield singles. Schmidt gets underneath that one and sends it out of play, and UNLV down to their last strike of the ball game. 1-2 is the count. Kretz has set the pitch. Just miss, and the Utah Valley fans can't believe it. As the count goes even, 2-2. The pitch, and Schmidt sends that one foul down the third baseline. Devin Kretz looking for her 3rd complete game of the year and trying to improve to 3-0 on the year. He struck out 4 Rebel batters, hasn't given up a walk, has only given up 7 hits, all of them singles, all of them coming with 2 outs. It's not like she's really had to deal a great bit of time with pressure. Schmidt sends a high drive into left field, but it will stay high enough down the line, and it will be clamped down by Riboledo. And that will be the end of the ball game here at Eller Media Stadium and the conclusion of the Marucci Desert Classic. But positive performance for UNLV over the weekend. They win 5 out of 6. The offense was great. The pitching staff was amazing. UNLV's got some momentum as they go to their first road tournament of the year next weekend in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Unfortunately for the Rebels, they just could not pull off the sweep, and their 6-game losing streak is over. They lose to Utah Valley 2-0. The winning pitcher is Devin Kretz. She improves to 3-0 on the year, 7 innings, 7 hits, no runs, no earned, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Jenny Bressler's losing pitcher, 3-3 on the year now as a sophomore, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. UNLV got 7 hits, Utah Valley only 5, but the Rebels just could not get the timely hitting here today at Eller Media Stadium. So I'm Wyatt Tomczyk signing off here from Eller Media Stadium here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for tuning in all weekend long here on the YouTube channel provided by UNLV Athletics. We appreciate the support and appreciate everyone tuning in for UNLV versus Utah Valley today. We wish everyone a very, very pleasant rest of your Sunday afternoon here from Eller Media Stadium.